We started our business as a digital printing people, and I think we are the pioneers, I would say, to be modest, that in the digital printing industry. But you know, India is a textile country. We grow cotton, we have such a huge textile opportunity, and we saw that we are doing a lot of textiles, but the technologies which are available today worldwide are unfortunately not being used. So yes, we are good at man-made industry, but for the new technologies, especially for the export markets, for the textile industry, they were not there. So we decided to use the digital printing technology for the textile industry. And because we had our expertise in the digital printing, we started this with the smaller machines in the beginning. We started in 2013, and now we have a complete range of digital textile printers. There are many benefits of digital, because one, you can have short runs. Second, it is not expensive, there is no wastage on it. Third, we don't really change the complete workflow of the textile processing industry. It's just that we are replacing one part of it, and the expertise that the textile companies have, their engineers have, their workers have, can be used. So it's not replacing any people, it's just replacing one of the processes which is there. And the best part is, this is very, very sustainable technology. Less water, less energy, less chemicals. And I think this is what is in line with our Prime Minister's vision also of having a sustainable solutions for the country. Two ranges, one is what we call a transfer printing or sublimation, the other is direct to fabric. So in sublimation, we are making industrial sublimation printers where you print on paper, transfer on mostly polyester fabrics and use it. That's about 55% of the industry. But our main focus is on the direct to fabric. We have different chemistries, for example, reactive for the cottons, disperse for the polyesters, and now the latest one is the pigment, where we can print on cotton, on polyester, on blends, and many different type of media, and you don't need to wash the fabric. So these are some key technologies which we have developed within our company. Of course, colors has always been our strength on how to put the right color by making the correct ICC profile for the textile industry. Second thing is you can produce the same color wherever you are printing. And third is, of course, not only the printing side, we are giving the complete solution, because people from the textile industry, they know, as I said, know very well about how to process the fabric which they have. So starting from the gray fabric to a finished printed fabric, there are many steps involved: the pre-treatment, the printing itself, and the post-treatment. So we have gathered knowledge on the right pre-treatment and the right post-treatment along with the digital printing. So I think the key is having a complete solution, because the type of fabrics which are required to be printed is huge. And for each fabric, there's some small tweaking required. And this is the knowledge that we have gained in-house, and we want to give it back to the customers. And I'm sure as the technology advances, there are more and more companies who will adopt digital printing. And I think a lot of textile printing will start happening on digital. Yeah, you're very right. We are very proud to be the only Indian company in the digital printing industry. And in fact, there are very few. There are maybe 3 in Europe, 1 in Japan, 1 in Korea, 2 in China. I mean, the real manufacturers. So we are very proud of that. And then we are also proud that this technology was developed in-house in India. We don't import anything that is not required, and we have developed it over a period of time. Of course, India continues to be our biggest market, but then we have countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, Vietnam on the Asian side, and also in Europe, Italy, Poland, and the UK. And these are big, and Portugal. They are the companies where they were known for their textiles, but with time they shifted their processing to other countries. I mean, they are doing only the design part of it. But now with digital printing, we see that they want to have this setup also, in Europe. So we have many installations in Europe. Then we go to South America, Brazil, Mexico, and there are 23 countries today where we have our textile products installed. We also ensure that till the time we have proper after-sale support, we are not in a hurry to go to that country. So as time goes by, we want to build up our support before we start selling in those countries. So we are exporting to 23 countries and we have these installed base there. So first thing is, when we think of India, some people think maybe the technology is not that good. Just like for China, people think they make cheap machines, but maybe they're not as good as that. But I think we have to start working on this, and with our quality control that we have in-house, ensure that every product which goes out of the company is not only equivalent but better than what the Europeans make. And I can proudly say today, going by a customer's voice, that yes, in the beginning they think they take their time to buy, but once they buy the machines, they're very satisfied, and this is the feedback that we have. And because we are selling to the end user, we keep getting a direct feedback from our customers. Yes, there's a continuous improvement which happens depending on the requirements, but I think what we make is very well accepted, and very well accepted equivalent to the European brands. We are slightly higher than the Chinese, but our machines are much better than the Chinese products also. I see. So the key components which go into a digital printing, of course, is the nozzles or the print heads as we call it. There are 4 manufacturers worldwide. We work with 2 Japanese manufacturers. One is Konica Minolta and the other is Kyocera. And both have a different models, different types of print heads that they make. Other than that, the control system for the machine, the software, the color control, the mechanical systems, all these have been designed and built by us in India. We definitely use some blankets from Haberset, Germany. We use some very well renowned motors and drives. These are not made in India, so we import them directly from the manufacturers. And I think it's from the spares point of view, the customer is not really dependent on us, but these are available, so it's not going to be obsolete after some time. But I think because we make the machine from scratch, we have the original designs from which we make the mechanical design, the electronic design, the automation for it, the print side of it. So I think we pretty much make everything in-house, and the print heads that we work with, we are very fortunate because we're working with these Japanese companies, and they have been very cooperative, and they also want that some Indian companies should start working and making these machines. And because it's a very new technology, there are no documentations available, no knowledge available. So with interaction and using basic theories on jetting, we are upgrading ourselves all the time. And I can tell you that unlike many other companies, almost 10 to 11% of our revenue goes into product development, which is very unusual for any industry. But I think this is a must today. If we want to come out with good products and new products, keep pace with the technologies, this is a must. So this is one of the keys for our company. So as we discussed, I mean, the textile is very big industry in India, and but the machines for the textile industry, unfortunately, have always been imported. Maybe it was the government policy, or no one was courageous enough, I should say, to start manufacturing because of the high costs involved. I hope that there are more manufacturers for textile machine manufacturing who come to India, because when you have locally made machines, they are so easy to maintain in case of any issues, space availability, and also understanding, training the operators, that becomes that much easier. And so there has to be more focus on manufacturing of machines in India, and this will give a big boost to the textile, to the garment, to the other textile machine, textile makers, manufacturers of textiles, garment makers in the textile industry also. And I see there is There are a few companies trying, but I think there's much more that needs to be done on that. And the government will, I see that the government is coming ahead with playing a big role in that. And I'm sure this industry of manufacturing machines will grow in India. I think firstly, we must all believe that the future belongs to India. And we have the best of the people available. IT is one big example. We have best manpower available. We have a government which has a very stable policy. So the environment, business environment has improved in the past few years. And I think it's now only about some of the people, entrepreneurs, to come forward and help make India a larger economy as far as textiles is concerned. Regarding the vision for ColorJet, even when we started, we had decided that we want to be among the top 5 countries companies in the world in that particular technology. And fortunately for us, for textile, we are already there. So it is a part of the vision achieved always. But then there's so much more you can do all the time. Yes, the next generation, fortunate for me personally, yes, they decided to stay back and help me with the manufacturing. And we have been growing at a very fast pace. And as the time demands, as the industry demands, we will be making more products, have more diversity in what we do, and become a major player for the textile industry.